Welcome back to the channel. This is another Unreal Engine tutorial. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. In this video, we're going to learn how to use the game instance blueprint. Let's go. So what is the game instance blueprint used for? So game instance is actually your game itself. There's only one game instance and it's unique and it's created when you start the game. So once you start the game instance is created. When you exit the game instance is destroyed. But while the game is running, the game instance is persisted even though you change levels. When you get disconnected from the server or go back to the main menu, as long as the game instance is running, all your data is persisted. Let me show you a quick demo of changing levels and the value being persisted. So here I have this simple character here that has coins to collect. At the top left, you could see the HUD. When I collect these coins, the value changes. When I hit the L key, it's gonna randomly open up a different level for me. So when I hit L key, I'm back to the same level. Hit L key, I'm on a different level. L again. As you can see, the data is persisted. So this is using the game instance. So let me show you how I built this. So here I have a third-person template plus the starter content pack. You could use whatever template you wish for this one. So first thing is create a blueprint folder, and under the blueprint folder select a blueprint class and search for game instance. Select, I'm gonna call this main game instance. And if you open it up, it's pretty much the same blueprint. The only difference is if you go under the add event here, you only have 4 types here: event init, network error, shutdown, and travel error. There's no event begin play, but there's a add custom event. So if you have like in-app purchases, which I'll cover in a future tutorial, this is where you would use it. On the event init, you would load all those libraries and all those functions before the actual game. Cool. So for the purpose of this tutorial, to persist that coins data, we need a variable. So let's create a variable here called coins. And compile, save. Now for this to work, you need to open up the project settings and update the game instance under maps and modes under here, the default one from Unreal Engine. Change it to the custom one that we just created. Cool. Next, let's create a simple HUD. So right click here, create a folder, and select widget blueprint, select user widget, and just say HUD. For this HUD, I'm just gonna add the canvas panel. I'm gonna add a horizontal box under here. I'm gonna set this horizontal box to true, the size to content. Gonna add some text. For the text, I want some padding of 10, and this one is called coins. And I want the font to be 10. I'm just gonna duplicate this and change the text here to 0, and I'm gonna bind that later. So save that, go back to the content drawer and open up the third person BP character. So here under the event begin play, at the very end, select create widget, the node, and select for the HUD we just created and add to viewport. And while we're here, let's create that coins variable as well, and type of integer. Compile, save. When I hit play here, I should have that HUD. Now let's wire up that bind the 0 value here on the HUD. So back on the HUD, go to the graph, and we don't need this. What we need is get player character, and we're gonna cast to the BP third person character wire that up, and we just want to promote this as a variable. So I'm going to compile that, go back to the designer, and for the value here, bind, I'm just gonna use that as a reference, and that should be it. Compile, save. Next is let's create that coin to collect. So here under the blueprints folder, right click, select actor. Let's call this BB coins. And I'm gonna add a sphere. I'm gonna call this coins. I'm gonna add also a collision. Sphere collision is fine, but let me resize this first. Make it look like a coin. There you go. And the sphere collision, make that big. Actually, let me just delete that and add collision again. Now that much better. Cool. So on the collision, right click and select begin overlap. For here, we want to cast to the BP third person character. We want to get the coins, and we want to increment this coins, and then we want to set it back like so, and we want to destroy the actor after collecting. We also want to play a music, play 2D. Cool. Compile, save. Let me go back to the viewport real quick. Under here, I'm gonna add another component called rotate, because I like that rotating movement. Cool. Just like that. Go back to your level, drop a couple of these, and I'm just gonna quickly clone 1, 2, so that should be good enough. So now I have these three things kind of spinning. So if I collect them, you just can see that it increment. So now let's try adding that level swap. So here at the very bottom, I'm gonna hit the L key and bind it to the L key. So what I want is to open up a level. So open level by name. I want this to be an array, so I'm going to promote this as a variable and change this actually to an array. Change variable type. Yep. Let me zoom in. I want to disconnect this first because I want this to be random. So this, and say random item from array, and wire that up to the level like so. And going back here, I'm gonna compile, gonna add 3 items here. So first is the third person map, and what's the name of those 2 maps from the content pack? Maps, starter map and minimal default. Starter map and minimal underscore default. Cool. So let me go back and play this now. So when I collect these items, coins increment at the top left, but when I hit L, load me to the same level, but the coins didn't persist. So to make that persist, we need to use the game instance. So to do that, go back to the third person here. At the very end of the event begin play, at the top here, you want to have a reference to the game instance. So get game instance, Gonna cast to main game instance, hook that up, and then we wanna load, so get coins. Cool. So we want to grab the coins from here, from the third person character, wire that up like so. So on event begin play, whatever on the game instance, load it and pass it to the coins variable. And then when we're changing level, so this is where you're unloading stuff, so we want to disconnect this. Want to get the game instance reference again, cast to main game instance, wire that up like so. From here I'm gonna drag this get, and here I'm gonna say set coins. So whatever the current coin is, I'm gonna set it like so, and then open up the level. So compile, save, and let's give that a go. So collect the coins, it's now 3, and I hit the L key. On a different level, coins is persisted. Cool. So there you go, quick easy tutorial on how to use the game instance. So hope you like this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please subscribe to my channel. Cheers, bye for now.